Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'm here to give you a Bitcoin update. I'll be going through the short term of Bitcoin, the mid term for Bitcoin, and then straight to the long term for Bitcoin. Starting off on the 15-minute time frame here, we have had a very lovely uptrend. As you can see here, we have this rising channel to the upside. Very nice indeed. We are currently testing the top side of this falling wedge pattern that we've got on the 1 hourly time frame. But let me just talk about this. Let me just talk about this uptrend for now. It's pretty healthy, I must say. It's very nice indeed. A lot of touches all the way down, all the way up. Very nice stuff indeed. It's looking like we're testing the top side of this falling wedge, as I was just saying, and it's looking like the support is there, right? It's looking like the support is there. But wait! We're near enough overextended on the RSI here on the 15 minutes. So that's definitely something to take into account, because if we do get overbought here, we're going to need that selling power to come back up come back down to the downside, right? And that's basically an indication we could come to the top side of this channel pretty soon at around that 36,100 sort of mark in terms of a target for the short term. If we can find a level of support on this current horizontal level of resistance at $36,020 there, if we can, it's going to be ideal, and we are going to be looking at the progression to the upside. But then after that, in terms of a short term, we will definitely see some resistance play out, and I can't initially see a measure move from this channel actually playing out anytime soon for you scalpers out there to the upside, right? Bringing us up to around that 36,600 sort of mark. Potentially, I mean, if we do break with enough momentum to the upside and the RSI's had enough time to correct itself, so ideally a bit of a consolidatory period right here, that would be ideal if you were itching for that long trade to get in on the short term here. And obviously, in terms of a percent for this trade, you could be looking at, it's around a 1% trade. And yes, very scalpy indeed. So yeah, that's pretty much this upwards channel, this rising channel summed up for you guys there. Let me jump to the 1 hourly time frame, which is the short term for me. And as you can see here, we do have this pretty big falling wedge pattern. Yes, I have adjusted it. We did have a nice channel coming down here, but now I've adjusted it, and it looks a lot more attractive, because you know me, I like my attractive chart patterns. So for now, let's get rid of that uptrend, and we're going to move this grey box zone along, because we know that acts as a pretty crucial level of support in terms of a consolidation zone. The last time we spoke, right? The last time we spoke, we actually dumped off a cliff, right? We dumped off a cliff, and we were in this consolidatory period. We were consolidating for a while, and the heading of my video was, is Bitcoin going to hold 35,500? And the answer to that question is, it didn't, right? It didn't. We actually dumped considerably, literally like $1,000 or so. We dumped considerably, but then we had the buyback, right? We had the buyback, and then we had a lovely, juicy consolidation period, which is what we needed after an insane dump like that to validate this dump, right? Now, as I was just saying, we've entered this very nice uptrend phase. Very nice uptrend phase, which is obviously, we found a lovely level of support on the lower side of this falling wedge here, which is very good indeed. If we are looking for progression to the upside from here, which, come on guys, we're looking for that progression with Bitcoin. We want to be leaving this this dirty, undecided bear market that we've been in for a while now. We want to be leaving it. We need some sort of good price action, right? So yeah, this is pretty good after seeing a horrific dump like that happened in no time at all, right? Literally like a few hours, right? Awful stuff there for Bitcoin. But yeah, if we're looking for progression to the upside right now, as you can see here on the RSI, we've got room. There is room here, guys. There's room to progress in terms of buying power. As I said, as I usually say here, watch out if we do get to that overbought stage, because obviously we're going to see a swift rejection from there. I'm sure you guys know that already. But so yeah, if we were looking for a measure move to the upside from here, we would be looking at something along the lines of this in terms of a long position, right? I mean, personally, we will jump to the RSI on the midterm here, on the 4 hourly here. We're hitting a crucial level of resistance here in terms of this downward sloping resistance line. So that's definitely something to take into consideration, and we definitely need to watch that zone if we are going to be looking at any sort of trade here. But let me jump back to the short term here, and let's get some percentages for this trade right now, guys. Let's get some percentages for this trade. Now, in terms of percent for this trade right now, we're looking at around that 3% there. So not too bad, not too big, not too small. It's still a juicy 3% potentially here on a lovely Sunday afternoon, right? And I must say, it's absolutely lovely weather in England. Literally like 27 degrees. Very nice stuff indeed. We're getting pumps on Bitcoin, pumps in the weather. Very bullish on everything right now. But yeah, anyway, it's a crucial point. If we do break this, break to the top side of this falling wedge that we've got coming through here, we could be looking at a long position. And yes, we do have the support currently at the 55 moving average. Currently testing the idea of getting a candle close above the 200. In terms of entering this long position, I would be waiting. You know how I like to wait. You know how I like to be safe. I'd be waiting for us to come up in terms of price action, come up, come down, have a retest. We need a nice, healthy retest. to see where the price action is going to go from there. One, it's going to get us a better entry. Two, we're not going to be trapped out if we do see a trap play out and a massive dump come off when we're trying to enter our long. If we were just to get in a long here, yep, we closed the 200, we closed above the 200, let's get in a long and let's long it in terms of completion to this measure move. A lot of the time, we do see corrections, we see that retest, and then we sometimes, a lot of the time, right, we see a lot of traps, right, a lot of traps indeed, and that would obviously be a short trap coming through there, right? You would have got in, oh no, there's a trap, you just got stop loss. So we're trying to minimize stop losses here, and that's why we wait for that retest, guys. And in order to get into that trade, we do need a few, at least, maybe one or two, right? Obviously referencing a few other time frames here, at least one 4-hourly candle close above this falling wedge pattern that we've got coming through here. But yeah, as you can see, even we had a 4-hourly candle close here, we came back down on that retest of this support line coming through here, and we lost it. We absolutely lost it to the downside. So that's definitely a crucial point to watch there. So I would be referencing a few other time frames if you do want to do some research for yourself on this potential long position here. But as I was saying, let's jump to the midterm hit. The midterm hit, the 4-hourly time frame for me here, and this is crucial, right? This is what I was just talking about there in terms of this potential long position on the shorter term time frames here. It is crucial that we clear this zone. If we don't clear this zone, I can predict some pretty heavy resistance indeed. As you can see on the previous history, how this is played out, right? On the previous history, how this is played out, the resistance off this zone, right, is just pretty futile. Viva la resistance is coming through pretty strong indeed continuously. So yeah, it's definitely something to take into account when we are testing this zone here. If we break it, brilliant. That's an indication that we are going to see a nice upward swing, as you can see here. Very nice stuff indeed, and that could basically mean a nice short-term take profit for us here for this measure move to the upside here. So yeah, definitely a few things to think about there. Crucially, I would be watching this zone with beady eyes, as we like to say on this channel, right? Beady eyes on this zone in the next hour or so, right? The next hour or so, right? Well, next 3.5 hours. So yeah, at this point in time with the midterm, we do obviously have this falling channel, right? This falling channel, it's been here a while. A lot of touches to the top side, a lot of touches to the bottom side. We are seeing, unfortunately, lower lows being created continuously. So that obviously means the Bitcoin is still trending down, and the bulls are here. The bulls are in Rome, and they're running around like crazy. They are here. Not the bulls. Sorry, the bears are here. Sorry, the bears are here. They come down from the woods. Not very good stuff there. Yeah, the bears have come down from the woods, and yeah, the bears are here. So watch out, because we are in a sense still trending down. Now, if we are looking for the progression to the upside, which we are in terms of that short-term trade there, in terms of the completion of that measure move, that sits the price sat at around that 37,030. Right. Obviously, guys, that's quite ambitious. I know it's only 3%, but still, it's quite ambitious when we look at the Viva la Resistance that we have coming through here at that 37,300 there, and that's sat there around 37,300 in terms of that horizontal. And as you can see, we do find Viva la Resistance off this zone here. So yeah, definitely a point to think about. And that is sat around this zone here. So yes, I would be expected to actually find a pretty big heavy point of resistance here. Maybe this happens, we break up, we bounce to the lower side of this point, come down, we get a lovely 4-hourly close here, a nice entry point for us if it's looking good here, and then we see progression to the upside, smashing through this resistance as we have already tested it once already, right? So yeah, as you can see here, we have got heavy levels of support off this zone. So if we do see us finding support on this zone here, we are looking at that progression to the upside, which is very, very nice indeed. In terms of a target to the upside on the short term there, our next target would be that 37,700 zone in terms of a horizontal, right? And that does correlate with smashing through the top side of this channel, which could basically mean, right, it could basically mean we could be looking at another long position to the upside here. So yeah, obviously, guys, this is all a speculation, and we do need to start taking out these lower highs pretty imminently. And yes, we will be taking juicy amounts of profit all the way up if we do see that, because you see the resistance off these zones, right? You see the resistance, it is futile. So yeah, we do need to definitely take profit all the way up in terms of this trade. In terms of this trade, we could be looking at something along the lines of so, and that's around a 15% gain there, but obviously that is on all speculation here, because we do have this crucial lower high here. And as you know, guys, if you're the OGs on this channel, you know that I do stress about this zone, because we are going to see heavy resistance off that 41 zone. So yeah, in terms of getting to that 42.3, it's pretty unlikely in my opinion without seeing some swift sort of rejection coming through there. But yeah, guys, we all do want it bullish, but at this point in time, unfortunately, it's looking pretty bearish indeed. Crucially, that's obviously to the upside. If we lose this 35,500 to the downside, and then we lose this zone that we've got played out here now, obviously we know that we do have pretty crucial levels of support playing out here. If we do lose that zone as well, then it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. The next horizontal I would be looking at is this previous high low in terms of this candle body close before we got invalidated with this zone coming through here, right? So yeah, I would be looking at a nice bounce point, at least some sort of level of support sat around that 34,000 there. So yeah, if we are going to ride the train down and we are going to start losing these levels of support that we've got playing out here, then yeah, it's going to look something along the lines of this, where we break, we bounce, we break, we bounce. Simple as that, right? And then probably from there we would be looking at a target around that 33K on the midterm time frame here for Bitcoin. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about. But as I was saying here on the RSI, definitely a crucial point here to watch. So I would really be watching this on the RSI. And if you haven't got this Viva la resistance line plotted in there, I do like that saying. If this Viva la resistance line plotted in there, that is around that 51.93 that we do need to be watching on the RSI there, guys. So yeah, a few things happening here. If we do see an absolute bottom in terms of the midterm here for Bitcoin, I would be inclined to say it would be the lower side of this channel, sat at around that 30K zone. But guys, to get to that, we are going to need the absolute colossal dumpage, which is going to be literally Grand Canyon dumps there. So we can't predict that. No one can predict this stuff coming through like this. It's just absolutely crazy stuff if that is to happen there. So yeah, a few things to take into consideration there when we are when we're dumping to the downside here for Bitcoin, right? Definitely something to take into account. Obviously, we would be watching these crucial levels of support as we go, right? Let's jump to the longer term. Let's jump to the longer term time frame, because as you can see here, we do have this falling channel, right? This falling channel coming through. And it's pretty big. It's pretty big. We've respected this to the top side quite a few times, right? Quite a few times continuously, and also to the lower side continuously as well. So yeah, you guys know that I like my healthy, very attractive indeed chart pattern. So yeah, this isn't looking so. It's not looking so bad. Not so hot. Not looking so bad. If we do break to the upside, obviously, as I was saying, we do need to invalidate these lower high points coming through here. That's basically going to be ideal if we can. If we can't, then as I was saying, we do have this 34,640 zone to think about as well. And then we do have the candle body closes of this previous high low point coming through here at that 33,374. But yeah, at this point in time, we're currently testing this 10 moving average we've got coming through. We're currently testing this 10 moving average we've got coming through. And if we can find a nice candle close in terms of the daily above that, then it is going to look a bit more bullish. But at this point in time, as you can see, the trend is curling over, right? The trend is curling over. And yes, we are finding support on this zone here. But yeah, it's crucial that we find it on this 10 moving average to basically have a little bit more confirmation of where we're going to go in terms of the next few days or so, right? Maybe another test to the top side. That'd be very nice around that 37K, and that would correlate with a few things coming through here in terms of take profits that we're going to have coming through here. Yeah, in terms of this lower high on the midterm there. So yeah, a few things to think about there in terms of Bitcoin. Let's jump to the weekly, because obviously we're going to get this weekly close coming through here in the next 11.5 hours here. And guys, look, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I wouldn't be too upset. Granted, we were setting these high low points before. Let me get rid of some of these horizontals here. As we were setting these high low points before in the previous weeks. Yes, unfortunately, this week we did lose it. Right, we did lose it, but we found a lovely juicy level of support on this 55 moving average. So yeah, at this point in time, candle body open to candle body close, it's pretty flaccid indeed, right? Not that much going on. What is it? Literally a few $100 in difference at this point in time. So yeah, not too bad indeed. I'm considering how volatile this candle was for a weekly candle, right? Absolutely crazy. Obviously nothing compared to this dumps here, but the last two candles that we had there, pretty boring stuff. Not a lot going on, sideways stuff, and that's obviously what has caused all this these channels and these falling wedges and all this. So yeah, we've just been trending down, right? So yeah, at this point in time, we're pretty good. In terms of a reflection, in terms of a summary, we're pretty goddamn good, because we've held the 55 moving average and we've bounced off it in terms of finding a nice level of support, right? So yeah, weekly close is going to be around this sort of zone in the middle here. So yeah, nothing to worry about here. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens for the next week, because obviously we did invalidate, we invalidated these high low points here with this wick. but we didn't invalidate these lower highs, right? And we're going to be setting a new lower high. So that's an indication that we are going to be looking a bit bearish indeed for the weekly chart here. So yeah, not so hot. Not so hot here. Not so hot here. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the Bitcoin update. Little summary here. Crucial point to watch would be potential long position on the shorter term time frames here, and obviously this RSI that we were talking about here, very, very crucial testing point of resistance here. Definitely key point to watch there, guys. Very, very key indeed. But yeah, that's going to be me signing off here. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the Bitcoin update, and I've given you a good insight here. And I hope you've had an amazing weekend, and I'll be seeing you on the live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, yes, around 8 to 9 a.m. I will be streaming a little bit, not as long, because obviously I overdid it last week. But yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow morning from 8 to 9 p.m. around. That's when I'll start. So hopefully I'll see you there. But for now, it is peace out from me, Crypto Chester.